So these are the lowering springs that just came in. These are from Concept S. And this is the model number. They are for Swift Sport Hybrid, model year 2020 and upwards. And these springs come instead of the stock springs and will lower the car 35 millimeters. So both on the front and on the back. Let's see what it weighs. So with one of the smaller springs, 88 kilograms. Without it, 86.7. So that's 1.3 kilograms for the small springs. And the bigger springs, yeah, they're a little bit less stable because of the spring direction. I will turn it a little bit so it can lean on the smaller one. And the bigger springs, with spring 88.6. Let's put it like this. So I hope it's, and without spring again 86.7. So if I remember correctly, it's 1.9 kilograms for the bigger coils. And if you would weigh them together, it will probably give you a little bit more accurate weight, which we can then double for the entire set. So together it's 89.9 kilograms. Just put down the springs here. 89.9, and without it it's 86.7. So 3.2 kilograms. But I'll have another set there, so it would be 6.4 kilograms in total. I weigh down the Concept S lowering springs. So the small spring 1.3, big spring 1.9, together 3.2, and you have two sets of that, so 6.4 kilogram together. And now we'll weigh the original stock springs. So the small spring, with spring it's 87.8. And without the spring it's 86.8, so 1 kilogram. Okay, now get a big spring, the bigger spring now. With spring 88.2. And without the spring 86.8. So that's 1.4 kilograms. So this gives you insight that the stock springs are way lighter than the new springs. That's funny because the new springs are of course shorter, they are lowering springs. Now we'll weigh a set together. So a big and a small spring with springs 88.9, 88.9, and without springs 86.8. So together 2.1 kilogram, which is crazy because I thought that the small spring weighed 1 kilogram. I will re-weigh the small spring. So with the small spring 87.7. Okay, and without it 86.9. So that is not 1 kilogram but 0.8 kilogram. So 0.8 kilogram, and I also will re-weigh the big spring because those are also different. I don't know what happened to this. There it is. 88.0 with spring, and without spring 86.7, so it would then be 1.3 kilogram instead of 1.4. So that makes it, let's try to get it clear, but I don't know if it wants to work. Yes. So 1.3 kilogram here. So the funny thing is, the big springs, stock big springs, weigh the same as the small Concept S ones. And if this is true, then it weighs 4.2 kilograms together, and there's a weight difference of plus 2.2 kilograms. So sometimes people will tell you that this lowering springs, this is minus 35 millimeters, which is 3.5 centimeters, will decrease the weight, but in my opinion this is not true. Also, they are a lot stiffer, so they bring in probably more steel to have a stronger core, and that also weighs something. So 2.2 kilogram increase in weight, which is not a good thing. But then again, if it performs better, we can mitigate for that. And also I have reduced weight by this AKS Spec L2 exhaust, which removes weight by, I think, 6.6 kilograms. So all in all it will weigh less. But just to give you a heads up, if you're out for all in all weight reduction, lowering springs might not bring that to you.